Welcome back to the Full Time Ultras. Manchester United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 3. Another abysmal showing at Old Trafford where United have lost miserably. And I can say that, I've watched a lot of football, but this is one of the games that I think was absolutely abysmal. The start 20, 30 minutes of how we played, of how we being at home, right? And we looked worse than an away side. We looked like our quality looked like we've just come out from the championship. I saw the way Ipswich played just a game before this to Aston Villa, and they were amazing. The fight they had to show against Villa, that was lacking, and that is why the thumbnail would give away what I have to speak about it. But I have been a sole backer of this manager. Like I've been one of those people. Like of course, Ten Hag has a lot of support in the fan base, but I have been there voicing my support that this guy should be given a chance. And especially after the FA Cup final win, the way we won it, I felt that this guy does deserve to start the next season. You can't take away from the fact that how bad a season we had last year, finishing eighth. Manchester United finishing eighth. Yeah, we've seen some dark days, but yeah, it's there's no light in the end of the tunnel. And for me in this game, what was really surprising is how Manchester United as a team are not charged up, right? It's Old Trafford. You are playing in your home stadium in front of your home fans against a Tottenham side who have also started quite poorly. Both went into this game with 7 points from their first five games. Yeah. So why are Spurs playing like a team that they are at home? Why are Spurs playing like the home team? Right? The start, the first goal, right? I know Van der Ven is a player that is rapid, who can run across your defense. But this is the exact same goal that we conceded 3 days back against FC20. It's the exact same goal. Why is a defender allowed to run through the midfield? This is fundamental errors. These are errors that are happening due to not proper coaching and training. And that is why I feel, and that is why this has got me on to say that maybe it is Ten Hag's fault. Ten Hag is one aspect of the problem, I feel, but the blame is going to fall on him. It's the unfortunate truth, right? Because you cannot sack 11 players, but you can sack one manager. And I feel we are in that point of a season where I cannot throw away another season in the first 2 months. I cannot see this team just because if you, I feel Ten Hag's already lost 3 games, right? Out of his first six, he's lost three. There's no way in hell that he's not going to lose 7 to 8 games this season. If he is in charge, right? Through like say to the back end of the season, he's going to lose more games, right? And eventually he is going to bite the bullet. He is going to get sacked. So why don't we pull the trigger now? Is what I feel, and get someone in, and at least that person can have a little bit of time to kind of get this squad going. I'm really disappointed because I felt the way we ended last season, right, with Ten Hag. He has a preseason. He's been backed with signings, but why isn't there any progression? Why isn't there any progression in the style of play? And in this game, prior to the game, Ten Hag says that yeah, we need to control this game, right? We need to be on top of Tottenham. We should not allow them to kind of break into us. But when United go onto the field, they've completely played into Tottenham's hands. Instead of having a more controlled approach, we concede an early goal and then we make it chaos. And everyone knows, even the basic of lay fan knows that Tottenham thrive on chaos. If you make it chaotic for them, they're going to beat you, right? Because the counter attacking ability that they have, the way that they play, you have to have a more controlled approach. Even if you're playing in a little bit of a defensive style at the start, you have to have control, and that was lacking entirely. And it's one pass through midfield, and our entire defense is cut open. And every instance that Tottenham had, the attack that they had on us, I felt that that was a goal, and that was something that we were seeing last year, and it hasn't been fixed. And Ten Hag has all of his players back. Why isn't it being fixed? Why are we getting overrun in midfield? Why isn't there no more control? And that's why I feel that maybe it's time. It's time to let the manager go, and it's time to take a decision. I'm 100% sure that it's not going to happen tomorrow, right? Because they've backed him, so they're not going to make that decision based on this result. But I feel the next game, midweek, I think we're going to Porto, then we're going to Aston Villa, right? And then there's the international break. So is that going to save him? Because I think they're going to think in the international break, do we need to make a decision on it? Like, can we let another season go by, finishing eighth with all the FFP constraints? There's no guaranteed given that we are going to win the Europa League and get into the Champions League. There's no guaranteed given, and even if we want to do that, it for me it's just papering the cracks. You win another cup trophy, yeah, it's silverware, but you're just papering the cracks, like I said, and you have to have a defined style of play. You need to dominate a team like Tottenham at Old Trafford. It's Tottenham, for God's sakes, right? Leicester City did it in their first home game. They got a 1-1 draw out of it. Arsenal at their worst were able to win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They were able to do it, and we Tottenham were without Son today as well. So there were absolutely no excuses to play like the way we did. Absolutely no excuses. Considering the way they drew against 20, these players had to come out and say that, yeah, we have a point to prove, but the attitude, the mentality on the field, the body language on the field is something we United fans have been like criticizing a lot, and it just isn't improving. It isn't. It's really sad to see, because me as a United fan, we don't have unreasonable demands. We are not asking our players to go win the title. No, we are not. We asking is to just put in a little bit of a fight. Show that it means to what it means to play for this club. Show that, and currently I'm not able to see it. Right? There are a lot of issues in this team, but it's sadly going to point out to one man, and it's going to be Eric Ten Hag. Like I said before, you cannot sack 11 players, and it's a cycle, and this cycle is coming towards the end, and that has been the whole story of Manchester United since since Sir Alex Ferguson hung up his boots. Yeah, it's going to end this way, maybe at the international break or towards the end of the season. In no way I can see Eric Ten Hag surviving. And if you guys are going to, all I have to say is, if you guys are going to do it at the end of the season, why not do it at the international break, right? And salvage this season. 6 points behind top four, right? We've seen worse odds overcome. Get in someone with personality who can take hold of the squad. I don't know who's out there to do it, but yeah, it's just not looking good, and I don't know what's gonna happen. But I have lost faith in Eric Ten Hag today, considering what I've saw at Old Trafford this evening. But anyway, do let us know what do you make of the performance. Am I going overboard? Um, do let us know in the comments to get the interaction going. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.